Hey guys, it's Taku. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. It is spring. Spring has sprung, and with the new season comes a new haul for the anime that I've picked up over the past few months. This will extend, honestly, as far back as maybe even the end of December. It really can't remember when I got some of this stuff. Maybe January if I could be, more modest with it. But it's definitely from the first half of 2024 up through till about now, the end of May. So without further ado, let's get right to it. I've got them sorted kind of by like the publisher, or company releasing it, distribution company. So first one is Suzume. This is Suzume on Blu-ray. And this is the limited edition version from Crunchyroll. It's very shiny. I legitimately can't remember if I hauled this before or not. I don't know. I don't know why. And so we're just gonna go for it again. So yeah, this is the box. It's very hollow. I love the alternate artwork on the back, and then on the inside it opens up like a door. It's pretty clever, I won't lie. I wish it was like magnetic though, because it really just kind of flops open. But then you have the alternate artwork on the inside, which this is actually the artwork I prefer. So it also comes with the Blu-ray, and then there's an art book with some cards. So there's even more artwork in the back, and this is the book. So I've gone through this whole set. I've watched the Blu-ray. The only thing I haven't done is gone through all of the extras that are included, because there are quite a few. I love Suzume. It is my favorite Makoto Shinkai film. It's also his latest. So get on that, all right? Get on that. It's personally, it's my favorite. And so I adore this movie so much. I watched it, I think, 3 times when it was in theaters. And then I got to finally put it in the player and check it out, and it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful, and I'm in love with all of the characters and the music, and oh, there's so much in it that I just love. But this is the reversible artwork, which is quite nice. It's kind of the opening. I don't want to say opening. It's the beginning plot, I guess. It takes place in that abandoned hot springs, and I think that's why I like it so much. Is there's such a spotlight on abandoned spaces, also called haikyo, the ruins in Japan. But it's a really big problem in Japan, where they have all these ruined buildings, and it's cheaper to simply go build somewhere else rather than pay to tear down and clean up. And so there's haikyo everywhere. And it doesn't help that Japan has also been rocked by a history of earthquakes, tsunamis, and other natural disasters. So it's cool to get kind of a road trip that takes us out to all these different haikyo sites, because there are really people, there are especially, I'm thinking YouTube, but there are YouTubers that go out and they go to abandoned places and hypothesize a bit about who the people were that may have enjoyed these places. And oh, it's so lovely. That's my favorite part of the movie, not to mention that there's so much interesting historical ties once you get to the end, and I don't want to spoil any of it. But a lot of this is the visual. I remember when this dropped. Yeah, it dropped during 2020, and this is new movie in the works. So it's cool that they were able to put this into this booklet. So I'm not going to go too intensive through it. It's just a visual guide that goes with the movie. So lots of screen grabs here at the end, character sheets in the front, and then yeah. So lovely set, pretty simple. I wish it would have come with something additional, like maybe the soundtrack, or I don't even know, other interviews, kind of like how previous limited edition Makoto Shinkai film sets have. But I guess we're really leaving that up to G-Kids and Funimation. RIP. But there's Suzume. Next, I've got a set of, this is going to be, I'll just do all 3 here. So this is Violet Evergarden, and again, I've had this for several months, so I don't remember what I've talked about and what I've put on here. So this is all of Violet Evergarden. It's the series and the 2 movies. So we're gonna go through these. I recently rewatched all of Violet Evergarden, and when I say recently, I mean I don't know why it says Canadian home video, because this plays on a region player, but anyway. So I love Violet Evergarden. I enjoyed it 10 times more on my rewatch, I will say. It is a beautiful and moving series, and I think the first time I watched it, I just thought a lot of it felt really melodramatic, which is kind of like one of the big criticisms of the series, I guess. But I've since kind of redacted that and, yeah, fell in love with it all over again. I think it helps that I did not watch it, like, over the span of a year when I did it the first time. I did a very concentrated revisit of all of it. So, took the DVD out because you guys might remember me talking about how, look, I'm pulling out the DVD copies and putting them in a separate designated kind of travel bag that I have for movies. That way I have 2 copies kind of wherever I go, if it comes with a second one, right? So this is just the movie. I don't think there was DVD. I think it's just Blu-ray. So I love the consistency with all of these sets. That there's kind of the sketch work on the inside. So yeah. The only thing that was new, I think, for the first time was watching this film. I had not watched it previously. Oh my gosh, what an incredible movie. Wow. So I'm happy to own all of Violet Evergarden in these gorgeous, consistent sets. So love it. Love it, love it, love it. Next is a couple more. So these are going to be, I'll rapid fire through these. These are series that I technically already own on Blu-ray or DVD or a limited edition set, but I'm just kind of downsizing to a smaller set. So first one is Haruhi Suzumiya, which I watched, I believe, for the first time last summer. Cute series. Definitely wanted to own it. So yeah, I picked up a smaller, more compact version of the series on Blu-ray. And then this is Chaos Head, same exact boat. I have I had a limited edition set for it. I technically still have it, but I actually love Chaos Head. One of the first, like going way back, like one of the first anime that I watched, kind of a thing. So maybe it's the nostalgia lens. But yep, this is Chaos Head. Was really surprised that it got an Essentials release. So definitely picked it up. And I like the reversible artwork because this is the artwork that's on the limited edition Blu-ray DVD set that Funimation released. Oh, so long ago now. Over a decade. Over a decade ago. So, yeah. Have to go through that at some point. And then this is another one where I've seen it, but I never did own it. This is Tales of Zestiria, The Cross. It's the complete series on the Essentials line. So we're picking up a lot of these Essentials. And this is the full thing. It's got the, I guess, season 1 and season 2 in it. So including that, including the episode 0 prologue episode. So there's that, and there's this side. My disc, I think this disc, my episode 7 was scratchy, so that was kind of a bummer. It's the introduction of Edna's character, and the beginning of the episode had a disc skip in it, so that was kind of sad. But as far as I know, that's the only one. So it's just kind of odd because I bought it like brand new. I was like, okay, whatever. So once again, a nostalgia tile for me. It's just going through and picking up these anime that I've known about for a while. Here's one that I haven't, though. This is one that I don't know about. This is Wolf's Rain, and I simply bought it because it's time that I watch it. It's time that I watched it. Specifically, I watched Moribito recently, which I think I hauled in a previous video, and I heard that the energy of Moribito and Wolf's Rain were kind of similar. So if I'm wrong on that, hey, I was misguided by other people. Interesting about this set, though, because it's like massively out of print, and the seller on eBay, if I could show you, here we go. So there's the DVDs, and actually, that's it. It's just the DVDs. They kept the Blu-rays for themselves and then just left this in the DVD set. But given that I paid like $25 or $30 for this, and knowing what it's going for, I was like, I'll take Wolf's Rain on DVD. That sounds great. It's also a series from like the early 2010s, I think. So it might even benefit from a DVD versus Blu-ray, or I don't really know. I don't have too much of an opinion. I do remember when this came out though, this style of set from Funimation, because I picked up Scrap Princess like this. So I'll watch it sometime. Looking forward to it. Oh boy. So, in an effort to collect my childhood, like I've been for the past few DVDs and Blu-rays, this is Beyblade Metal Fusion. I bought this simply because I think it's going out of print, and it was only like $3 or $4 on the Crunchyroll store. So I threw this in there. It was just like what I had done with the Metal Masters set. So this is the Beyblade I technically grew up with, and I mean, I don't think I would rewatch it necessarily, especially because these sets are dub only. Like, they only come with the dub, and the dub's kind of grating at times. So yeah, it's more of just like, oh, this was only, oh, that's really reflective. I was like, oh, this was only a few dollars, so I'll pick it up. And it's the full thing. So, yep, Beyblade. This is the first season. So I own the first season, the second season, and I don't own the third. This was another DVD that was going on sale. I remember, so Pandora Hearts is one of these series that I read the first 4 volumes of the manga, like, over a decade ago. Like, so long ago, it feels like. And the anime was always, like, interesting for me, but I wanted to read the books first, and then I never got around to reading all the books because they went out of print. So now we're just left with the memories of it. And also, this is volume 2 of 2, so this is the second half of this series, so I don't even own the first half. The first half is already out of print, I guess, and I was like, well, let me just pick this up for the eventual day that maybe it does, you know, I don't know. Maybe I get lucky and figure it out. But I love the character designs. It's kind of like, it's based off of the manga, obviously, by Jun Mochizuki. I remember that much. But it's like Seraph of the End for me, where I actually just was drawn to the way the characters look. And yeah, it's a very rare phenomenon these days. But this was back in the day. So I've never seen this. Never seen it. And never know if I will, because this is part 2. Okay, we're getting into a couple series now that were recommended by friends. I'm going to target one friend in specific. Hey, Val. Remember when you just hauled Here is Greenwood? Well, I got it. As soon as I watched your video, you gave me the sales pitch of it, of like all these guys living in a college dorm, except there's one guy that's like slightly more girlish than the others, and I bought it right away. So, somewhere between sanity and madness lies Greenwood. And I just finished watching this today, so it's very fresh in my memory, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It's right up there with like Ranma, one half of just these like stupid, silly antics, 90s humor. But for some reason, I was actually laughing out loud when I watched this. Like with Ranma, I usually don't laugh out loud. I just roll my eyes every time. But I love it. So, but this one, no, I was cracking up. I thought it was so silly. It's got a sub and a dub. I kind of watched both in a way. Long story. But I like both. I like both. So yeah, this is just a used DVD I found. I totally recommend getting this if you're into the humor of like Ranma one half. So there's this. Thanks, Val, for the recommendation. You also recommended another title, Read or Die. And I picked this up too. So this is an old manga entertainment DVD. Oh, I never really said. This is based off of a shoujo manga, I believe. It's only 6 OVA episodes, and each episode I think is like 30 minutes or 40 minutes. This is just 3 episodes. It comprises basically like an hour and a half of entertainment. So you can watch it like a movie. This is a used DVD. So as soon as you had hauled this, I went on to YouTube and watched like the first 10 minutes of it, or a couple clips from it, and was hooked. And I've heard about Read or Die before, so yeah. And it's nice that it came with all of the old inclusions, right? Oh my gosh. Wow, memories. This, I believe, is a poster. Oh. and with scenes. Okay, so yeah, and the poster's got the same artwork as the disc. So yeah, it's got all of the bells and whistles that it came with. Remember when anime used to come with this stuff though? I miss that. I miss it. So yep, this is just an OVA series, 3 episodes. Go check it out. Here we got more nostalgic titles. I'm living for this. I don't know about you guys. This is Tales of Symphonia, the animation on Blu-ray from Discotek. So we're in our Discotek stuff now. And this is technically the second anime I ever watched. So the fact that Discotek licensed it, and they actually licensed this like I think over a year ago. I'm late to picking it up. But yeah, and the transfer is gorgeous. It's so sublime. I love this series so much. This is an OVA collection with all 11 episodes. So it's got, I believe, the first arc I think is 4 episodes, the second arc is 4 episodes, and then the last one is 3 episodes. And I remember watching this as it aired, but on YouTube. Like that was the thing. I did the same thing with Free Iwatobi Swim Club. But I remember the episodes would come out, and specifically it was United World, the last 3 episodes. I was waiting for episode 9, 10, and 11 to drop. And they dropped over the span of like a year because it's an OVA. It's not like a series. Let me show you the inside. I realized I did not open it. So, and the poster visual that they picked is so nice too. I don't think I'd even ever seen this artwork before. And I love the attention to detail on the discs too, with the 2, well, I don't want to spoil it, kind of the prophecy there. So the inside is reversible. I already flipped it for us. But really happy that Discotek licensed this. It's a childhood dream to own this. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to rewatching it, hopefully sometime this upcoming summer. Another nostalgic buy, but technically first time all the way through, is Lovely Complex. I don't remember if I hauled this already, so I'm just going to do it again. So Lovecom, I had seen bits and pieces of the entire series way back in the day, all out of order, just like randomly, because yeah, my sister would be watching it and I'd just like come in, and I just remember there was the height dynamic between the 2 characters. And now it's all on Blu-ray, and so that's really cool. And yeah, I recently rewatched it, and now it's like top 10 anime of all time. So the new thing about it is, though, it is dubbed. So you have the sub, of course, but then you have the dub. And I think the dub met me at just the right time, because the voice of our female protagonist here, Risa, she also shares the same English voice as Farina from Genshin Impact. So if all my Genshin players out there, same voice actress. So yeah, it hit me back to back. I was like, oh my gosh, such powerful performances. And such a cute series. This is another one of those series that like actually makes me laugh out loud. Like there's all the memes going around about the finding someone who matches your freak, and that's these 2. It's these 2. This is that series. So if you love shoujo romance, I would even say if you just like, you know, good characters with good comedy, and a high school romance that doesn't take itself too seriously, I totally recommend Lovely Complex. You will walk away feeling so much more than what the initial pitch for it is. I also picked up the live action film. Now this I had never even heard of, but Discotek did license it and release it around the same time as the anime. So here is the film. And the actor for Otani, oh my gosh, he's so perfect. Like I went in, like, looked up more information about him. Yeah, Koiki Tepe, I think. And oh my gosh, it's him IRL. Gosh, the editing of this is so silly. So I have not seen this yet though. I thought I was gonna like bust it open right away as soon as I finished the series, but I guess that never ended up happening. So I need to fix that. But this is a live action of the film. Of course, it's like a truncated version of it. It's just the film, so they can only fit so much in it. But I hear the reception of it. Like, people generally like this. So that's a good thing for a old Japanese or older Japanese live action film. So that is my discotheque stuff. I have two things now from G-Kids. This is the case of Hannah and Alice, and this one was a gift. This one was gifted to me. So I had been eyeing this for a very long time, but I never got around to actually watching it or picking it up. And I finally did, and it's wonderful. It utilizes a lot of neat visual, how do I say it? Visual animation stuff with kind of the use of like rotoscoping and CG and 2D. But to me, I thought it was like mostly seamless. I thought it was really wonderful. Oh, this image is one of those, like, if you know, you know. But it's a long mystery kind of series. You're finding out about the disappearance or the death of one of their classmates. And it in the course of figuring out the truth of what happened, it brings the two main characters closer together. The two female leads who become bound together by this mystery. It is more of like a funny, humorous film. So, but it's really heartfelt, and I really liked it. So, loved this so much. Really great movie. And the other one is Blue Giant. So this is, of course, one of the latest G-Kids releases. This is based off of the manga by Shinichi Ishizuka, which is like a hit now. Everyone is loving it. All I know is that it's about a saxophone player who forms or joins a band. That's really it. And he wants to be like, they want to be like the #1 performers at their club, like it's a music club or a bar or something, and it has the name Blue in it. Where is it? So Blue is the name of the establishment where they do their music stuff. Oh my gosh. If I can get it for you. So it's just the series on Blu-ray with pretty space moon stuff in the background. And I don't know anything about it. I have not played it yet. I have not watched it yet. I've not read it yet. I simply bought it because everyone was talking about it, and it's from G-Kids, so it's got to be great, right? Oh my gosh. So if I had $1 for every single time I picked up a G-Kids film just because G-Kids had it, I'd probably have enough to go in and buy a couple more movies, you know? This is an interesting one. More so because, well, the title, but also the circumstance surrounding it. So it's licensed by, I believe, Anime Ego. Is that how I pronounce it? I realize I've never had to actually pronounce the name. But Anime Ego is transferring kind of leadership over to Justin Savakis at Discotheque. And as they were going through inventory, this was just something that they kept repeatedly sharing as like, hey, this might go out of print like really soon. There's the Anime Ego thing. So, yeah, it is, Otaku no Video is the name of it. It's interesting how it's, like, not up here, you know, it's in Japanese. Whoa. But it's basically, like, an anime time capsule at this point. I watched this technically so long ago, but I really forgot everything about it. Like, it would have been, like, when I barely knew what anime was, kind of a thing. And it came with a crap ton of extras and reversible artwork as well. So lots of love and care clearly went into this set. I love the clear case. I wish all anime came with clear cases, really. But the inside has, what is this? It's one of those like books, but like folds out into a poster or a comic. Oh gosh, I don't know if I want to get into this. Yeah, it keeps folding out and out and out, and there's like more stuff to it. But this was in it, as well as, I think this was originally a Kickstarter back in the day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this would be like all of the Kickstarter names on it. So I'm late to the party. I'm picking up the spoils of the war. It also came with this little iron-on badge, which I realize I have no use for, really. But I'll just set that in there and forget about it and then rediscover it when I go through this. But yeah, really neat little film to have, especially if it is actually going out of print. I have two more here at the very end. I'll show these both side by side. These are the last two things that I picked up this spring. Gosh, there's so much. But these are import Blu-rays, both films, and both films specifically pertaining to work by Mari Okada. So this is Anthem of the Heart. That's what the translation is. This is just the standard Blu-ray of it. Interesting to note that this Blu-ray does have English subtitles on it, so if you have ever wanted to own the Blu-ray, you can. I mean, you can own it regardless. I encourage that too. Go for it. But this one does have subtitles. So there's just the standard disc. I remember this being advertised way back when, but I only had recently, as in like last summer, I think, watched it for the first time. Lovely movie. So amazing. This one I have not seen. This is Her Blue Sky, I believe. And again, has English subtitles. So if you are interested, pick it up. These are like the only ways in the US to own these films. So yeah, I don't think there was anything back there. So yeah, I've not seen this. So I don't have any commentary on it. I think it's like some kind of like a time travel-y series, or like the boy comes back and he's young but also old in there. I don't really know. This one though is about this girl who's kind of like one of the ostracized classmates, and about her getting more involved in her class through a lot of things going on, really. I just remember that there was a musical production that they put on, and I remember that the characters have very loose relations to each other. It doesn't really come together until the end, but when it does, it's really nice. It's really amazing. So, yeah. There is a lot, I realize, when I'm looking at all of this. But guys, what did you think about this stuff? Let me know what you personally recommend from this haul. It's a lot of like early 2000s stuff, which I think is like honestly so cool. Whoa. Is so cool to have, because I don't go back in time too often and get stuff. It's a lot of new things these days. But hold on, we can get it. There we go. But yeah, lot of things also this time around that I did watch, so I can actually talk about these things in my loose rambly format. So if you have any thoughts on these, let me know down in the comments below. I hope you guys are all having a great spring. I'll have a manga and book pickup for the spring here soon, and then we're into summer, so you will see a summer anime pickups video hopefully by the middle end, within the next few months. I'm gonna be chewing through this for a while though. So thank you guys so much for watching, and till next time.